Hey everyone, and welcome back. Hope everyone had a fantastic weekend and a great start to your week so far. My name is Josh, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a quick stimulus update. So I'll be filling in details on the possibility of a fourth stimulus check, updates on the newly released infrastructure bill, the eviction moratorium, unemployment, and other government related news. But first, before I get into today's video, if you do enjoy updates like this one and would like to see more like it, I would greatly appreciate it if you could just quickly give this video a big thumbs up, as that definitely helps with the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you would like to receive a couple free stocks from Webull, or one by just opening an account, make sure to claim them for a limited period of time by clicking my link in the description box below. Alrighty, so jumping right into it today, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi was greeted at her home over the weekend to an eviction notice served to her by homeless advocates. After Pelosi failed to extend the eviction moratorium and the House Speaker dismissed the House for their summer recess, homeless advocates began protesting outside her home in San Francisco. This was supposed to be a reminder that millions of Americans are now facing eviction as soon as this past weekend, clearly showing that she's out of touch. In a statement, one of the activists outside her home said, "The reason that we're at her house is that she has a beautiful mansion in Pacific Heights in San Francisco, and it shows how out of touch she is with the people that are facing a situation of eviction." Not all Democrats went home without a fight, however, as the Progressive Squad, as they call themselves, actually ended up sleeping at the Capitol in protest for the rest of them to come back. In a tweet, Representative Cori Bush said, "Good morning. The eviction moratorium expires tonight at midnight. We could have extended it yesterday, but some Democrats went on vacation instead. We slept at the Capitol last night to ask them to come back and do their jobs. Today's their last chance. We are still here." Because of their failure to extend the eviction moratorium, which could not be extended by the CDC again due to a recent Supreme Court decision, more than 15 million people living in the United States could now be facing eviction. In total, from these 15 million residents facing eviction, an estimated $20 billion may be owed. A spokesperson for Pelosi left a comment with their personal solution, saying that states and local governments should immediately disperse the $46.5 billion in emergency rental assistance so that these families can avoid eviction. In some other stimulus news, a senior member at the Century Foundation, Andrew Stetner, is estimating that around 7.5 million Americans will be losing the additional $1,200 monthly in unemployment assistance, with the unemployment federal benefits ending on September 6th. These benefits have been eligible for those such as people on long-term unemployment, self-employed, gig workers, or others who are usually not eligible for state benefits. Even though others who are still eligible for the traditional state unemployment insurance will still be able to receive it past September 6th, they will no longer be receiving the extra $300 on a weekly basis. On average, according to data provided by the Labor Department, people would have received only around $341 per week without the $300 plus up. Among the lowest include Louisiana at $177 per week, and highest, Massachusetts at $504 per week on average. So between the eviction moratorium expiring this past weekend and the $300 federal plus up coming to an end on September 6th, we really have to hope that people are able to get the help that they need. In the meantime, there are still some different rental assistance programs out there in numerous states, so if you're feeling any type of crunch making your rental payments, definitely make sure to look into the programs available. And if you need any help whatsoever searching for rental assistance in your state, make sure to drop a comment below, and I'll do the very best that I can to help you find some of the programs available. Alrighty, so the bipartisan infrastructure bill we've all been waiting for is finally out after months of negotiation. Yes, all 2,702 pages of it. After all, why would you make a bill just a few pages long for simplicity purposes when, instead, you could make it thousands of pages long, filling it with unnecessary hidden agendas? I mean, it's highly doubtful, to me at least, that a single senator will even read the entire bill before voting on it, but that's really what these things have come down to. Among the spending in this bill includes $110 billion for roads and bridges, $39 billion for public transit, and $66 billion for rail. In my other videos, I've also covered the other spending, which are on things such as broadband internet, EV charging stations, airports, etc. Now that the bill has become public, senators will now have the opportunity to make amendments to the bill before it's actually voted on. Even though the Senate is supposed to leave Washington at the end of this week for their August recess, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said that he was prepared to keep lawmakers in Washington for as long as it takes to pass both the infrastructure bill and the budget blueprint for its $3.5 trillion bill to be based around social, health, and climate change. And at this point, it seems like both the infrastructure bill and the $3.5 trillion partisan bill will need to pass in order for the House to even consider it. During CNN's State of the Union, House Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said, if there's not a reconciliation bill in the House, and if the Senate does not pass a reconciliation bill, we will uphold our end of the bargain and not pass the bipartisan bill until we get all these investments. The House has more than enough votes to prevent passage. So AOC and other Democrats have made things pretty clear that the so-called bipartisan bill based around infrastructure doesn't include nearly enough spending to fit their agendas. So in Washington, we definitely have another long, drama-filled week ahead. And finally, in case you're wondering, out of the $4 trillion in new spending set to be possibly approved this year, there has still been no talks of a fourth stimulus check being included. And with the rise in virus cases, especially in states like Florida, residents more than ever are calling for Congress to approve at least one more payment. After many cities, states, and businesses decided to lift the mask mandate, a lot of them are now beginning to reverse course, now requiring masks once again, even among those who are vaccinated. If the trend in cases continues upward, it's possible we may see some business closures again and a downtick in the economy, which may put more pressure on Congress to approve a fourth stimulus check. On the Change.org petition, which calls for $2,000 recurring payments, there are now a whopping 2.7 million signatures, and this petition, if you're interested in signing, I'll go ahead and link in the description box below. Again though, at this point in time, there have been no additional stimulus payments discussed in Congress, and while I would rate the chances of personally receiving another one as low, there is still definitely a small chance. If you believe that Congress should pass another stimulus check before the end of this year, let me know in the comment section below how much you think it should be for, and also let me know if you think it should be more targeted. But on that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video, but before I go, again, if you would like to receive a couple free stocks from Webull, valued up to $2,300, make sure to claim them by clicking my link in the description box below. Once you open an account with Webull, you will receive the first free stock valued up to $300. Then, once you make a deposit of at least $5, yes, just $5, at that point, Webull will send you the second free stock, this one being valued up to $2,000. Once you receive the 2 free stocks, at that point, you can either use the $5 you deposited to invest in more stocks, or you can simply transfer that money right back into your bank account. If you would like, you can even sell the free stocks that you received for whatever amount they're worth and transfer that money right back into your bank account as well. So free stocks or free money, however you would like to think of it. So again, thank you so much for watching, and if you did make it all the way to the end, I would greatly appreciate it if you could take just a few more seconds out of your day to like this video, share it, and also subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.